Hello. Ay, le puse lo que no era. Me quedo pedazos. Ya. Buenas, bienvenidos a nuestro stream leyendo. Después de 6 meses. Literalmente, o 5 meses. Qué barbaridad, mae.
¿Por qué somos así?
No sé, mae, yo me pregunto lo mismo. Vamos por el capítulo 8
Ok.
de Scarlet Angel. Vos sí vas bien. Ok. Ah, bueno, no sé si quieres que te enseñe antes de empezar lo de Kindle.
Ujú.
¿Sí? Ok. Eso, bueno, verá. Y vos hablando enseñas.
Ayuda.
Vamos a ver. Digamos. Y yo contexto para los que nos están viendo. Eh, que yo le estaba diciendo a Lau que uno en el Kindle puede poner la aplicación a leerle libros. Entonces, si uno está, no sé, lavando platos o algo así, uno puede poner la aplicación a leerle. No sé, no me acuerdo si yo le había activado algo o si la opción sale por defecto, la verdad no me acuerdo. Entonces, cuando lo instales y le metas un libro o algo así, de ahí me decís que te sale y así. Y yo te ayudo. Meterle los libros es súper fácil al Kindle, a la aplicación. O sea, literal, te vas como a amazon.com/send to Kindle y ahí subís el archivo. Entonces sube a la cuenta. ¿Qué es la diferencia de Kobo, digamos? Porque vos con el Kobo lo estás subiendo al Kobo, al aparato, así como cuando uno tenía un iPod, que literal le subías al iPod la música. Entonces, eso es una de las cosas que a mí no me gusta el Kobo. El del Kindle vos lo subís a tu cuenta. Entonces, donde abras la aplicación, te va a salir, ya sea en el Kindle, en el cel, en la tablet, hasta en la compu, digamos, cualquier aplicación por la compu.
Ah, ok.
Sí.
Y, y digamos, si yo tengo el libro en el celular, igual tengo que hacer ese proceso, digamos. No sincroniza, no sabes.
Creo. O sea, si lo subís a la página, sí, te va a salir en el cel. ¿O
Ujú.
a qué te referís?
Como digamos, no sé, vos me mandas un EPUB, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Eh, lo abro, digamos, no me sale en las opciones Kindle.
No sé. A veces sale. Pero a mí a veces casi nunca me funciona así. Como darle a abrir con Kindle o algo así, decís vos.
Exacto.
Sí. Como que creo que debería funcionar, pero a mí nunca me sirve. No sé por qué. Entonces yo siempre hago lo de subirlo a la página y lo subo desde el cel, digamos, yo lo descargo en el cel y en el cel me meto a amazon.com/send to Kindle y lo subo ahí. Entonces,
Ok,
de igual
ok.
lo puedes hacer desde el
Ya.
cel, pero sí, esa mierda de Open with Kindle debería poderse. O sea, podrías intentarlo a ver si te sirve. Pero a mí nunca me
Ok.
sirve.
Ya
Eh,
descargué. Ahora, ahora prueba a ver qué tal.
Cabozón. Y entonces, ve, digamos, la vara sale ahí, pues en el libro. Y aquí, a mí ya me sale como aquí abajo, ¿ves? Esa, bueno, no se va a ver bien,
Ujú.
pero esta raya aquí dice Assistive Reader. Entonces ahí hasta uno le puede poner como la velocidad y toda la vara. Entonces yo lo pongo en uno cuando estoy haciendo otra cosa, porque si lo pongo rápido, la vara como, o sea, es un robot literal leyendo, no tiene emociones, no tiene nada, o sea, es rarísimo. Entonces, puede ser que no te guste. Pero entonces yo lo pongo despacio porque si no es como señala una mesita auxiliar cubierta con un tapete. Pero bueno,
Ok.
voy. Vamos a ver si se oye.
Auxiliar cubierta con un tapete donde había lo que era probable que fuera el último teléfono de disco de Londres, a excepción del que pudieran tener en alguna tienda vintage del barrio de Islington.
No hay emoción, o sea, todo es como súper monótono.
Ujú, ok, ok.
Entonces, tendrías que probarlo. Pero a mí me sirve un montón. para mientras estoy haciendo algo. Y ya luego cuando estoy ya yo sentada leyendo y viendo, porque la vara va marcando la palabra por la que va, yo leo como así.
Le hice caso y me acabé y a continuación descolgué el auricular. Mi dedo índice se detuvo un instante sobre el 9, pero entonces suspiré. El hombre se había marchado. ¿Qué iba a hacer la
Y
policía?
Rafa siempre me molesta porque me oye y le agarra. Que así escucha, dice. Pero es que, digamos, obviamente, si uno solo lo escucha no entiende ni picha, pero como uno va leyendo, pues sí va uno entendiendo. Y sí,
Ok. Yo
that's
te
it.
aviso. A ver, probablemente mañana lo pruebe.
Bueno,
Para
ahora
ver
lo
qué
puedo
tal.
saber. A ver si
Pero
te
lo
gustó.
logro.
Decís, guacala, qué asco.
Pésima como recomendación.
O sea, obviamente, la mejor opción son los audiolibros, ¿verdad? Porque sí, eso
Bueno,
sí
sí.
lo leen personas y lo leen bien.
Ujú.
Bueno, a veces no, pero bueno. En fin, el punto es que obviamente lo mejor son los audiolibros, pero este es como para salir del paso ahí cuando así, ocupa una ayudita.
Todo bien.
Eso. ¿Te gusta mi nuevo setup? Acomodamos toda la casa. Está hecho muy crazy. Pero bueno, ya leamos
¿Es tu
porque si
libro?
no, me distraigo. ¿Sí? Está todo desordenado. Mira. Pero tengo que limpiarlo y ordenarlo, pero bueno, otro día. Pero bueno, ya, vamos a empezar a leer. Capítulo 8. No sé dónde quedamos, o sea, no sé qué pasó la última vez que leímos.
No tengo idea. No me acuerdo, de hecho, ahora estaba pensando como no sé qué fue lo último. ¿Qué pasó?
Sí, legalmente. No me acuerdo, pero bueno, ahí nos iremos acordando. Entonces, Chapter 8. The attempt. Ay, y me acabo de acordar que es en inglés de feria, que tenemos que leer. Ah, pero ella escribía. The attempt and not the deed confound us. No entendí, pero bueno. William Shakespeare. Logan. Think he's just not home? Donnie asks as I pound on the door again. My eyes rake over the empty driveway, but there is a sealed garage. His vehicle could be in here. The neighbor said he rarely goes anywhere and never has visitors. She said he left this morning but came back and has been inside ever since. Before I can knock again, the door swings open, and I look down, seeing something I really wasn't expecting. Jacob Denver is in a wheelchair. Sorry, he tells us, looking at us with confused eyes. It sometimes takes me a minute to transfer to my chair. How can I help you guys? The blinds are all drawn, but surely someone should have mentioned him in a wheelchair. I hate surprises, and I rarely have to deal with them. Yeah, right. Donnie's eyebrows are at his hairline, just as surprised by this turn of events as I am. Care if we ask you some questions? I finally managed to get out. Están en la casa de Jake, supongo. It's a whole new line of questioning now. Sure, want to come in? The place is a mess, but it's not as easy to clean as it used to be. Shit. Thanks, I say, moving by him as he backs his chair out of the way. My profiling mind gets to work as Donnie types something into his phone. I glance toward the kitchen that is off to the right. All the countertops are lower than standard, making it more handicap accessible. I didn't notice the ramp by the porch as suspicious, but now I realize I should have. His floors are all level and seamless, not even threshold plates over the connections to rooms. The cabinets on top of the kitchen have no doors, but all that's there are decorative things. Nothing someone will need to work in a kitchen. My eyes scan the living room, finding the chair of the side that is at an angle, a remote dangling as though he had to get help lifting out of it to slide into his wheelchair. It's cheating, he says, drawing my attention to him as he gestures to the recliner I was just eyeing. But it makes life easier. He's toned and somewhat fit, but I can't see his legs too well in the sweatpants. Hate it. Mae, me siento tiesa hablando. Hate it. Ay, ¿qué es eso?
Tú puedes.
Hate it. Estoy trabadísima. Hate it is as I do. Hate it is as I do. I discreetly kneel, pretending to adjust my shoe, and my eyes scan the bottoms of his shoes to see perfectly clean soles. They never touch the ground. Well, fuck, he's really handicapped. I rise up, and he wheels into the living room. What the fuck? I hiss to Donnie. Hell if I know. I just texted Alan to find out. We break apart when Jake turns to look at us, eyeing us like we are idiots. We are idiots, apparently. Someone better tell me why we didn't know this before coming. Mind if I asked what happened? I ask, wondering if this is in any way related to the mystery that is Delaney Grove. He shrugs. Motorcycle accident a few years ago, paralyzed me from the waist down. It's taken some adjusting, but I've managed to move on with my life. Definitely not our unsolved, and his father has had court cases going on during several of the kill times, alibying out that way. They were our only hopes, and it seemed so easy, apparently too easy. There's no way a man in a wheelchair managed to overpower these guys and do all the things that have been done. So why is the FBI knocking on my door and asking questions about my old wreck? He asks, seemingly genuinely confused. Any chance you watch the news? Donnie asks him, pocketing his phone. Not really, Jacob tells us, shrugging. It's pretty fucking depressing, and I've had more of that than I care to reflect on. He crosses his hand in his lap. Not once has either of his legs twitched. It's a habit when one is faking something like paralysis to get twitchy, giving oneself away. He hasn't scratched his legs or anything. I know Donnie's watching for the same signs I am. He's too calm, too disinterested in us. So, you came by to ask me if I watch the news? Jacob asks, looking between us. He seems to enjoy the off-balance stance we have. No, Donnie mumbles. Actually, I was wondering if you could shed some light on the Evans family. Ay, me dio hipo. A coldness crosses his gaze, and he looks away. You are welcome to leave at any time. I look at Donnie, and he looks at me. We stare, both of us confused. Mr. Denver, you were friends with them, and we think a serial killer is out trying to avenge their deaths, even though the reports indicate they died because of a car accident. He looks back at us. Does a car accident usually castrate a man? He asks incredulously. Does it leave a girl and boy so broken they drive for towns and towns to seek medical attention? So you do know something, I ask, leaning closer. I know that if someone is out avenging their deaths, I'd like to shake their hand. Marcus was my boyfriend, though I never had the balls to admit it back then. And Victoria was like my little sister. I was 17, like Marcus, when they died. My lips tense. He's holding something back. Can you give us anything to help us follow up on how they were really killed? Donnie asks. Now you want to know, because back then when I went to the FBI dude who had wrongly profiled Robert Evans as a serial killer and told him my friends, the two sweetest fucking humans ever, had been killed by the town, he told me it wasn't his case, to let the cops do their jobs, and if it was more than a car accident, they'd handle it. The bitterness in his tone is real, and he definitely doesn't seem to be hiding his anger over it, which makes him less suspect. Still, my gut is telling me he's somehow involved. Who was that? Donnie asks. His last name was Back, and his first name was Douche. Idiota. Sometimes he went by SSA Johnson. Who's saying that? Donnie chokes back a laugh, and I'm not laughing. Johnson was a terrible profiler, tarnish the ya entendí. Tarnish the reputation of the unit so badly that he was promoted. Gotta love fucking politics. As shitty as he was invaluable because of the knowledge he had. So they promoted him to a bullshit position and gave him bullshit tasks to keep him under their thumbs. He's also the godfather of the department because he pretty much took profiling in the direction it has grown to be today, made it an actual thing with actual results, no matter how flawed those preliminary results turned out to be. You are saying he ignored two dead kids? Donnie asks, no longer laughing as the words catch up to him. I'm saying he didn't give a shit, and now I'm putting one foot in front of the other, metaphorically speaking, obviously, to stay out of the past. Now, unless you have something pressing to speak to me about, please leave. I have things to do. My phone rings. Mae, yo no, o sea, pero Jake se está haciendo el inválido o él sí era inválido. No me acuerdo.
Yo había pensado que no.
No, ¿verdad? Como
Pero
que él
no.
sí hacía cosas.
Ujú. Tal vez.
Okay. My phone rings as Donnie tries to pry more out of him. Just something to figure out what really happened. I see it's Alan calling, and I stand up, walking down the hall a little to answer. What the hell? I hiss. Sorry, so sorry. I don't even know how I missed it. But I got Donnie's text, and yes, Jacob Denver is definitely paralyzed from the waist down. Happened 4 years ago, to be exact. A drunk driver sideswiped him, hit and run. He was on a motorcycle. He's been in a wheelchair ever since. Why does this still feel off? Thanks. Don't miss anything this week again. We thought we had our unsub. I know. I'm sorry. It's just a small mention in his records. It's not like I can open hospital files, and I wouldn't have seen it at all if I hadn't been looking for it. Right. Okay. See if you can dig up any other friends from the past he might have shared with the Evans family. Something is definitely off with him. He never asked who was killed. Something topples to the ground from the room I'm standing in front of, and I try to open the locked door, curious as to why it's locked. Can I help you? Jacob asks, wheeling over to where I'm jiggling the doorknob. Why is this locked? ¿Qué le importa? Es su casa. I ask, putting my phone away. Because it's my house. And I don't like people walking into my office. What's your deal? He seems genuinely private, but why lock a door when you live alone unless you are hiding something? Do you care if we look around? Donnie asks him, trying to sound non-imposing. He studies us critically before finally blowing out a breath and rolling his eyes. Fine, but then you leave and leave me alone. I don't need you barging into my life and dredging up memories better left forgotten. He wheels back to the living room, picks up a set of keys, taking his time to do so, and he comes back, unlocking the door. He backs away and I open it, looking around. I see the computer screen is blank and my eyes land on the cracked window in front of where there's a thing of tacks scattered around on the floor. Damn it, not again, he groans, wheeling by me to the mess of tacks. You can go now, I need to clean this up. I nod to Donnie and we walk out, leaving him to his task. As soon as we are outside and the door shuts behind us, I glance over, seeing the cracked window. Someone is in there with him, I say quietly when we reach the street. Looks like the wind caught the curtain and the curtain knocked over the tacks to me. That window was closed, along with the blinds, when we came up. There's a closet in there. Someone was there. Why didn't you open the closet? Because whoever it is may be our unsub. I pretend as though we are taking our time to get in the car as Jacob shuts the window and closes the blinds once again. We loiter on the street while I call Lisa. How close are you to Jacob Denver's address? Elisa and I are about 5 minutes out. Why? Swing by and sit on the house. As soon as we see you in position, we'll drive off. If he leaves, I want you to call me. If he stays, I want you to watch him. Someone is inside and it may be our sub. Use extreme caution. Si no recuerdo mal, creo que Lara estaba en la casa cuando se dieron cuenta que llegó el mae. En la casa de Jake. Me parece. Pero bueno.
Continuamos.
Ya me perdí.
Use extreme caution.
Okay. Thank you. Shit, got it. You be careful too. I start to hang up when she adds, and by the way, thank you for the roses. They were beautiful. My brow creases in confusion. I never sent the roses. I mean, from the hospital. I got them and realized I never thanked you for them. Lisa, I never sent roses. At all. She grows deadly silent. So it was him, Clemens? I don't have time to ask questions about a dead man's motives. It may have been. Call the flower company and find out. Yeah, okay, I'll see if Hadley can look into it, she says, distant now. As I hang up, Donnie's smirking. What? Nothing, he lies, smirking more. I glare at him, just wondering what Lisa would do to Lana if she got her hands on her. Huh? She's a typical scorned ex, perfectly okay with the breakup until you finally get a new girlfriend that you seem to be pretty head over heels for. Lisa is a bitch. Keep her away from your new girlfriend or she may scratch Lana's eyes out. No creo. Lana's already been subjected to her, in case you've forgotten. Lisa didn't rattle her. I sound dismissive, but I'm asking how I'm No puedo decir esa palabra ya. ¿Cómo se decía?
What?
I'm asking how I'm comfortable.
Uncomfortable.
No puedo. Ahorita no puedo. Nah. Bueno, eso. This conversation is... We all know what a bitch Lisa can be, and right now she's feeling that jealousy most exes do when their ex finally moves on and exhibits signs of true happiness. She's got a nasty mouth on her, and she may eventually seek Lana out in an effort to ruin things between you two. Just profiling, it's what I do. Fuck. I'll keep them apart. Lisa will eventually forget it. When she finds someone who makes her happy, he agrees with a mocking grin. Should only take a few lifetimes. Qué malparidos que son. I flip him off as he chuckles, and I glance back toward the closed window. Lisa and Elisa appear just down the street, parking at the curb. Tony and I load into the SUV and we drive away. It's not time before Elise texts us, telling us Jacob is on the move, heading in our direction in a white van. She sends the plates too, just so we know we are tailing the right one. As soon as the white van passes us, I arch an eyebrow. It looks like any good kidnapper's van. The driver's side and passenger side have windows, but the rest of the van looks like a work van. He does do some tech work according to his file, so it could possibly be his work van. Donnie and I follow discreetly, while Elise and Lisa watch the house. See if you can get a look inside, I say as Donnie puts Lisa on speaker. Ay, qué capítulo más largo, si querés seguís.
Aquí. Trying to get a rant to go in, but the judge says we don't have enough. Just get a look around, I said vaguely, hinting for her to break some rules. It's a fucking serial killer we're after. Sometimes rules need to be broken. Got it. Just don't be obvious, Tony says to the phone. I'm not an idiot, Lisa sniffs. He hangs up and I keep a safe tail distance on Jacob. We pull up to the curb as he pulls into a parking spot. It takes a few minutes before his side van door slides open. and I watch as he is lowered down with a wheelchair on a motorized platform. That explains the ban. it's it's handicap accessible. 20 points out. Frowning, I watch as he sits with a basketball on his lap. And then we watched as he locks up his band and starts wheeling down with the sidewalk. When he reaches a basketball court full of kids, Donnie is out of breath. Most of the kids are suffering some sort of disability. A few are amputees, some are in wheelchairs, and some seem to be struggling with other physical issues. We're going to hell, Donnie groans as the kids cheer, and Jacob blows as he whistles, tossing the ball at them. They start playing basketball and he plays with them, laughing right alongside them, making a difference in their day. Elise calls me and I answer. Nothing is in this house. The office closet is empty too. I'm sealing it back up so he doesn't know we were ever here. So it's empty, and this guy is a paraplegic coach helping disabled kids. He survived losing his mother at a young age, his best friend and boyfriend as a teenager, and he's paralyzed now. Yet he is the male version of Mother Teresa, Donnie states dryly, and we're accusing him of helping murderer. I repeat, we're going to hell. Check his band, I tell him. Frustrated, my gut tells me something is up. There was someone in that house, and if he's not there now, then he's in the van. Donnie curses before getting out, drawing his weapon as he goes to the back of the van. He reaches out with one hand, testing the door, as I shift my gaze between him and Jacob. He opens the unlocked door and I frown. I could have sworn Jacob locked the van. All that's in the back of the van is a box marked medium. The entire back is empty, other than that. Johnny arches an eyebrow at me and I wave him back, rolling my eyes. He shuts the doors and gets back in, and we drive away. Forget him. If he does know who the killer is, there's a way he's involved, Johnny says on a side. I drive away, irritated. My gut has always been the driving force, and rarely ever do I feel so strongly about something and end up wrong. Jacob doesn't even notice us as we pass him. He tosses
Eso
the
creen
ball,
ellos.
getting it to a one-armed little boy on the other end who scores. By the time I make it back to the office, Hadley is ready to pounce. But I ignore her in favor of moving toward Leonard. Hey, I need you to pull everything you can find on the Robert Evans case. Let's see if we can start there and find out what the damn town is hiding. Somehow, it's all linked to that. It's the first domino that set all the others in place. He nods, gesturing to his laptop. Already working on that. There are so many inconsistencies in that file that it's ridiculous. Essentially, the only thing that convicted him was the DNA at the crime scenes. And even that seems compromised due to the poor chain of custody the evidence went through. I'm not sure how he got convicted, other than the fact that pretty much
Suave, no escucho nada. Es que alguien se suscribió al canal. muchas gracias. Y que yo escucho un montón de música, entonces no te escuchaba nada. Pero gracias a Chesa Repra, no sé cómo se dice eso, por tu suscripción. Y yo, devolvete unas palabras porque no te escuché nada.
Como, bueno, voy a leer eso de nuevo. Already working on that. There are so many inconsistencies in that file that it's ridiculous. Essentially, the only thing that convicted him was the DNA at the crime scenes, and even that seems compromised due to the poor chain of custody the evidence went through. I'm not sure how he got convicted, other than the fact that the judge pretty much ignored all the laws set in place to keep things fair and honest. And we know how the Godfather worked things. I add. see what you can dig up. Find out why the killings stopped, or even if they stopped. If the unsuccessfully framed Evans, he may have just moved house and changed his MO enough to frame someone else. On it, learn ourselves going back to work. I almost ran over her Hadley when I turned back around. Why that look? What you find out on Jacob Denver? She asks me. She's grinning her hands, anxious for info. I guess we're all in knots. Nothing. My gut told me there was more to him, but I was apparently wrong. The gut thing gets tricky, she says, frowning. What happened? Nothing. Hey, Lisa said she was going to have you looking on someone sending her roses from me. They weren't from you, she says immediately. I'm aware, I tell her, confused of how odd she's acting. I mean, there was never anything to say it was from you. Just a dozen roses sent with no card. I guess she just assumed it was you. Shaking my head, I look down at the file in front of me. ¿Cómo?
Qué ridícula, la Lisa.
Sí. Can I go? I'm exhausted and no news. What? No new leads have come in. I also sent all the forensics I've been able to sift through. Some of the rest of it will need a few days to run through the lab. I'm not waving her off, and she practically sprints out. Can't say I blame her. I don't enjoy spending so much time here either. Lana has been away on business most of the week. Then I finally get at least a little time to myself with her tonight. As for this case, Delaney Grove, people are going to be the end of me. Chapter 9. If it be a sin to cover honor, I'm the most offended soul. William Shakespeare. Lana. I hid in the closet from my boyfriend after stupidly spilling a bowl of tacks. Pensé que iba a decir hid in the closet de Jacob.
O sea, sí.
From my boyfriend. Ah, ok, ya.
Ajá, en la casa. O sea, entonces sí estábamos bien, que lo último era que ella estaba en la casa del mae. De G.
I then crawled into a tiny media box in Jake's van and hid there for an hour while he did his weekly baseball excursion with his kids that I helped found a special program for. I was stuck there because the box wouldn't open from the side. The brick did that on purpose to teach me a lesson, and I'll kiss his ass later for that. I'm exhausted and just ready to curl up on the bed until Logan can break away. When I round the hotel hallway and see Hadley glaring daggers at me, waiting by my door. I wish she'd leave this hotel. You, she hisses. What I do? I ask confused. Roses ring a bell? I smirk as I push open the door and she barges by me. Ramming, no sé, her shoulder into mine. Want to come in? I ask rightly. The door shuts and she rolls around, pointing an accusatory finger at me. Don't get cute, Lana. You sent roses to Lisa. I know it was you. You let her think Logan did. And now that she knows he didn't do it, she's nauseated. Certain it was Clemens. I guess Hadley's humor is on the fritz, because that shit's funny. The boogeyman is dead, and what makes you think it was me, or that those were ever my intentions? I mused, hitting a nice smile. I know it was you. The roses were paid for the roses were paid for with a prepaid visa. Clemens was done with Lisa, but she's Logan's ex, and you choose a poor way to fuck with her. She actually fucked with me first. I just sent her some roses, I said with a coy grin. Her face gets redder. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my team, Lana. You have too much to lose to play games with us. Us? I'm not playing games with anyone but her, and she started it. She did everything but peace on Logan. And the roses were ages ago. It's not even a good joke if she doesn't get it when the guy is still alive. In case you've forgotten, I sort of killed him. So she has no reason to be afraid, unless she's scared of serial killer ghosts. I grab a flashlight and shine it under my chin, and Hadley's eyes narrow to his lids. She seriously needs a sense of humor. This is crazy stuff. You know that, right? You know that, right? She snaps. I roll my eyes. Couldn't the flashlight off? No, crazy is being his ex and getting all bitchy toward me. And you said I couldn't kill anyone who didn't truly deserve to die. You never said I couldn't send roses to a girl who was an utter bitch to me. Don't downplay this. She hisses. You sent those roses to terrorize her, mindfuck her even. The guy curved an actual word into her arm while she was conscious, and he damped near killed her, and at least before Lisa managed to doze a few shots off and miss him. I remind her, you can't shoot a guy that size. Graze him, she corrects. Missed him, I said again, looking at the funny little shade of red she continues to torn. I didn't miss him, and again, the guy is dead. The joke isn't funny enough. How ungrateful is she to just now be thanking Logan for the flowers she arrogantly assumed he sent. Her mouth opens and closes, and I have wondered if her school is going to blow up like it does in the cartoons. It's not funny at all. It's cruel and wicked. And Lisa, your bestie? No, she says, frowning. Saved your life or something? She shakes her head. Do you even like her? Her eyes narrow, but she doesn't respond to that question. I'll take that as a no. So why the self-righteous, indignant act over me, poking a little fun at a bully bitch? I couldn't outright put her in her place. So yes, I fucked with her head a little. And it wasn't even a good head fucking, because she caught into the joke too late. No harm, no fool. It's the fact you target one of our team members, and you don't even realize how sick and twisted your joke was. Her smile vanishes. I could have sent her a pig's heart or something if you want sick and twisted. I could have sent a bouquet that spelled keep. I could have sent her that twisted Russian song to the boogeyman. I sent her roses Hadley, a tiny little mind fuck, as you like to call it. That's all I spurred her if you really think about it. We both know I could be a lot colder. He looked pale a little. No, I groaned, rolling my eyes. That was not me threatening to kill her. Threatening. Threatening. She drops to the bed, running a hand through her hair. This is too much. You're too much. You're overreacting to some roses. Calm down, Hadley. If you didn't want the truth, you shouldn't have searched for answers. She looks up and genuine exhaustion shines in her eyes. Logan's worlds aren't as skewed as mine, Lana. If you really loved him, you'll stop this quiz for revenge. Let us try to figure out a way to take the others down. You can take down an entire police force. Take down an entire police force. Take down rapists whose word will be against mine. She, the daughter of a convicted serial killer who was wrongly profiled for one of her own. I deadpan. Logan knows the profile was wrong, she says, chokingly. She studies my face. This is the first you've heard of it, isn't it? I nod, slowly lowering myself to the seat. You really don't ask him any questions about your case, do you? I glared at her to stand. If I wanted to know what you all knew, I would have Jake hack the cameras. I don't need to use my boyfriend or betray him like that. I hate lying to him as it is. No more games on my team members, she says, frustrated. Only if she leaves me alone, I tell her, watching her as he thinks that over. Nothing so morbid. I shrugs, grinning. I have a morbid sense of humor. I'm territorial. At least I didn't piss in the roses before sending him. She studies me. I grin at her. You're so confusing, and I stupidly think you really do love him. I do love him, I told her on a long sigh. Nice to know. Logan's voice. You, nice to know. Logan's voice has us both screeching, and Hadley actually drops to the floor. Logan grins at her as she bounces back up to her feet. If he's grinning, then he missed all the important bits about me being a killing psycho, right? How long have you been standing there? Hadley demands, looking every bit as guilty as a girl herself.
La menos
Long enough to
disimulada.
hear. Mm-hmm. Long enough to hear a confession I don't think I was meant to hear. He says, his smile turning into a smirk as he looks at me with hate in his eyes. Yeah, he totally missed the part where I'm a killer. I need to be more cautious. Confession? Hadley asks, all the color draining from her face. This girl could never be a killer. Yeah, Logan says. His attention his attention focused on me as he stalks forward. Logan, this isn't what it looks like. Her words thankfully die when Logan grabs me at the waist and pulls me to him, crushing his lips to mine. I almost climb up him, making it easier to kiss him without so many tiptoes and getting involved. Hadley makes a strangle sound, and I kiss Logan harder to distract him from the leaky sink she is. No wonder the boogeyman duct taped her. Right, Hadley says as Hadley says as Logan continues kissing me. I'll just go now. He doesn't even acknowledge her as he kisses me harder, pushing me back against the window that overlooks the city. My mouth stays fused to his, needing this so much after the week of little face-to-face time. I fucking missed you, he says against my lips, still kissing me, stupid. I can't even respond because he doesn't let me break my mouth apart to reciprocate. Instead, he starts tugging my pants down, pushing me harder against the glass. My fingers find their habit into his hair, and I shudder in anticipation when he shoves my pants to the floor. No está en medio pasillo.
No, no creo que entraron al cuarto de ella.
Yo.
Creo.
Roughly, he breaks the kiss to tear my shirt over my head, as though he's in a hurry to get me as naked as possible. I miss you too, I say, why? Well, I have the chance. But he's all serious, and that heated gaze could scorch at least one prepared woman. He strips out of his clothes as I toss away my bra and shimmy out of my underwear. In the time it takes me to do that, he's fully naked and lifting me so fast my breath catches. My back hits the glass and my legs go around his shoulders. My eyes screw shut when he puts his face right where I want it, and he latches onto that bundle of nerves he knows how to manipulate to walk. He's more aggressive than usual, almost as though he's punishing me, taking no mercy on me when I whimpered and screamed and tried to make him bolt with my hold on his hair. My head falls back against the glass as I cried out. I already lost in sensation from the masterful mouth he owns. He drops me to the ground in a smooth motion and spins me to face the glass. My palms shoot up, catching me before I am slammed into it, and he lifts my lower half, leaning it up so he can thrusting forcefully. It feels good, Joe. It feels good, and he bends, kissing my neck with just as much roughness as he's taking my body. You should have. You should.
¿Hasta cuándo mucho?
You should have told me first, he says, giving me inside us to why this feels like an incredible punishment. Fuck. If these are the repercussions of disappointing him, I'll never be good again. It will be nice if this is how he punishes me when. It would be nice if this is how he punishes me when, or if he ever finds out who I really am. I oh my.
No creo.
I hope that day never comes. I would rather not know what he chooses.
Yo ya quiero
I
que
push my
ese día
hands
llegue.
harder.
Yo quiero saber
I push
qué
my
va a pasar. Ya.
I push my hand forward against the window, and he keeps me lifted from behind so he can control every second of being inside me. He doesn't stop until I'm crying out, and his hips thrust in hard one last time before he rocks in a slow circle. His breath labored as he bends over, resting his forehead on my shoulder. He's still holding me in place, and I grin against the window. I didn't mean to tell Hadley, I say, breathless and grin. She figured it out on her own. He leans forward, kissing my shoulder, but he doesn't say it back. I'm not sure why that makes me feel a little self-conscious, but I try to ignore the seed of doubt that's being planted. You can't stay gone. You can't stay gone that long again. You've only been in town one day this week, he says, kissing the column of my throat, running his hands over my body. If this is the reward I get, I may not be able to help myself, I quip, smiling when he releases a rumble of laughter. He pulls out of me and slaps my ass, and I turn just as he grins. Get on something nice. I'm taking you out on a real date tonight. Grinning like a girl, I rush into the shower. But as soon as I step under the spray, Logan is climbing in with me, his lips finding mine, and he pushes me against the wall. We can go out tomorrow. I murmur against his lips, feeling him grin as he slides inside me again. Just as he starts, just as he starts a steady rhythm, his lips break apart from mine, and he starts kissing his way to my ear. I love you too, Lana Meyers. He says so softly, and in that moment I'm completely his. There's no revenge. There are no deaths staining my hands. I'm just a girl in love with a man who's destined to hate me when he learns the truth. And it's devastatingly tragic, more so than any Shakespearean play ever was. Sad. Nos quedan 50, bueno, según mi codo, nos quedan 50 páginas para terminar este libro.
Wow. Sí. Voy a llorar. Chapter 10. Expectation is the roof of all heartache. William Shakespeare. Qué profundo. Logan. Lana is wrapped around me, sleeping peacefully, when my phone chimes with a series of rapid-fire texts. Groaning, I turn over and grab my phone. Lana turns with me, sighing in her sleep as she curls into my side. I kiss her head before I start reading the text. A.D. Collins. We have a situation. Contact me immediately. Craig. The fucking associate deputy director just told me to find you and bring you in. Shit has hit the fan. Hadley, I just got to work and the Godfather is here. You better get in here fast. What the heck is happening? Cursing, I bail out of bed, leaving Lana to sleep without me. I'm getting sick of this. My schedule has always been hectic, but it seems to be getting worse with so many high-profile killers deciding to go on sprees. Quickly, I get dressed, wondering what in the fuck Johnson is doing on our unit's floor. I scribble a note for Lana, promising her I'll be back as soon as I can, and bail out of the door at 4 in the morning to deal with the shit that has supposedly hit the fan. By the time I arrive... ¿Ah? Creo que ese Johnson, que él fue el que dijeron como en el capítulo anterior que fue como el que creó el profiling y que no sé qué. Que porque Jake les dijo que a ese fue el que él le fue a hablar cuando mataron a sus amigos y que el mae le valió pinga y que no sé qué. Creo que es ese. Creo. Ah, bueno, por ahí. Ay, me duele la espalda. Me siento señora ya. Okay. By the time I arrive, Johnson is sitting in my fucking office at my motherfucking desk, What the hell do you think you're doing? No one is allowed in here unless I grant them access, I snap. Lower your tone to your superiors, he growls, glaring at me. We've never liked each other, in case that isn't apparent. Get out of my office, and you are not my superior, SSA Johnson. In case you haven't noticed, I have the same title, and as for your position in the bureau, it holds no authority over mine. He slowly stands, straightening his jacket as he does. I was just getting caught up on my case. Your case? I asked, gouging him. He's more arrogant than usual, and he's definitely selling some shade to go with that menacing gleam in his eyes. Yes, my case. It seems as though you are digging into case files that are mine, and apparently the director decided I should come investigate this new case you think is linked to my old one. You mean the director caved and let you do whatever you want because you two are golf buddies by day and swing buddies by night? I restate saying what he should have. His jaw ticks. He hates that a room full of profilers never let your secrets die. It's my case. This is my department, in case you've forgotten. Well, take it up with the director if you have an issue. I point my finger at him. Get out of my office. I won't tell you again. He smirks, but he strolls by me, acting as though he's won something. I immediately stalk toward the elevator when Associate Deputy Director Collins steps out. I told you to call me, he says quietly, his eyes flicking to Johnson as he moves in on one of the vacant offices. What's going on? I ask again. His eyes long and hard. I don't know. Johnson got a call from someone, and he called me, wanting to know why you were working on one of his old solved cases. I told him that it overlapped with one of your present cases. Next thing I know, the director is waking me up with a call saying Johnson will be running point on the Scarlet Slayer case. What the actual fuck? I hiss. He gestures to my office, and I pass by Hadley, who looks furious as she glares at Johnson. She's never met him before, but he rubs everyone wrong within a matter of moments. As soon as we are inside, Collins closes the door. Something is going on with all this. First, the coroner's report was pointless on the dead supposed serial killer that Johnson profiled. The profile is full of holes and inconsistencies, just like the case against Evans was. Then there's a revenge killer who is out there doling out death sentences for men who used to live in this town. The oldest victim would have been 19, as far as we know so far, and the youngest would have been 15, I tell him, furious right now. He drops to a chair, his face as white as his shirt, but I'm not finished. Then Johnson shows up, bullying his way into impeding this investigation. What's really going on here, Collins? Did he have something to do with an innocent man being killed? Did he intentionally fuck up the profile to make it fit Robert Evans? I can't find much on that case here. We've been scrapping together what we can. He shakes his head. I remember the Evans case. It got the least publicity because of terrorist threats going on at the same time, or something like that. I remember the case because I went to that town when several of the unit members said they were done. Hell, all of them quit, retire, or transfer, which is why so many slots open up at once. Johnson was left behind on his own to finish the case. Then he came home. That trial happened so fast. I've never seen a trial come and go faster than that one. Ok, entonces ese mae es como el que estaba encargado del caso de Robert Evans, que creo que es el papá de Jake, o no era el papá de Jake, el que habían encarcelado por los asesinatos. Ya no me acuerdo. Bueno, en fin, era el papá de alguien, es lo que me acuerdo.
Creo que era el papá de él o de ellos. ¿El papá de ellos?
Creo que el papá de Lana, ¿verdad?
Sí, el otro va de él. Pero el hermano.
Sí. Ok. Qué difícil, pero bueno. He pauses, sucking in a sharp breath as he stares at nothing. Finally, he continues. Next thing I know, what little bit of the unit that remained just up and quit. Johnson was on the market to be replaced after that, even though I don't know why. They hired a bunch in, but you were the one that eyed the longest. They eyed the longest. You came 3 years after that mess. They finally had the right replacement, and they got rid of him as soon as you were ready. Yet now the director sends him back. He's sending him back to clean up a mess, is what it sounds like. He's awfully smug for someone trying to cover his ass. I bite out. He's not covering his ass. He's covering the directors. Director McAvoy has been on the verge of being replaced for 6 months now. I've already been approached several times about it by very high-ranking officials. They want me in that chair and him gone. I drop back to my desk, leaning against it as he sits in one of the 2 chairs by the door. So what do we do? You're the profiler. Tell me what gets us out of this situation but offers the best possible resolution to a very dangerous serial killer. I think it over, weighing the facts and probable outcomes. Johnson will profile this guy as a sadist, regardless of all the new information we've discovered. He'll change the game, rewrite the evidence to fit his profile. Then he'll single out someone who doesn't fit the true profile at all. Half of his cases were overturned because of that. I'm well aware of his shortcomings, Collins states dryly. If he falsified DNA evidence, I let the words trail off. Then he'll be locked away, Collins promises. I trust him, always have. He's not involved in the politics. He's old school FBI, the kind who joined the bureau in the quest for the truth and justice. So I work the case on the side, running it through my team. I'm still their boss. Any backlash will fall on me. Any backlash will fall on me, understood? I don't want their careers jeopardized over any of this. While you're doing that, I'll assemble a committee meeting to see if I can overturn this ludicrous ruling. It might take me a week or more, but I'll get him out of your hair if there's any way possible, he offers. Tell me it's on me and not my team, I repeat, staring him down. As you wish, he says on a sigh. Hopefully it'll never come down to that. He's going to demand we go to Delaney Grove in the next day or so, I go on. He'll want to get ahead of the endgame regardless of the fact the kills seem to be surrounding us right now instead of the town in question. It might work out in our favor though, because we might finally get some answers about what happened there. I look up, seeing through my window as Johnson walks toward the center of the room, touching my motherfucking board and erasing crucial profiling information. Uy, qué mal me cae. I hate the son of a bitch, I say under my breath. Literal. Collins turns, blowing out a frustrated breath. Don't we all? I walk out, listening to what Johnson is instructing half my team to do. Elise and Lisa aren't here yet, but Donnie's eyes meet mine as though he's catching on to how fucked up this is. We'll be going to Delaney Grove in 2 days. Pack a bag. I've called the sheriff and he's invited us in to help him with this, Johnson says. Funny, Craig drawls. He wanted to act like nothing was going wrong when we spoke to him. Johnson eyes Craig. You just worry about smiling for the cameras and leave the real work to us. This bitch. Craig's jaw ticks and he glares over at me. I smirk, letting him know I'm up to no good, and he restrains his own smirk in return. You have a sadist, Johnson says predictably. This sadist is targeting alpha males. Donnie turns away, probably choking on how inaccurate that profile is. No one argues. Everyone has heard of Johnson's reputation. He's not a team player who listens or even adjusts. He's a domineering prick who thinks his word is gospel. A true narcissist. No lo estoy soportando. Kyle Davenport has been put into protective custody by the local PD, he goes on, finally saying something that surprises me. Who is that? Donnie asks. Hadley lowers to her seat, seeming too quiet for her. He's the sheriff's son. I've narrowed down the victimology, and he, along with a couple others, fit the profile. But he's more alpha than the others, so we believe he's the next target. ¿Qué es esta estupidez? Donnie comes to my side as Johnson begins spewing his own praises about how many sadists he's caught and how easy it is to catch them when they have a specific victim type. This is bullshit, he growls. There's no way he narrowed down the victimology to one fucking possibility with as little as we've had to go on. I rub my chin, staring ahead. Unless he knows what happened 10 years ago. He jerks his head to me. Then he'd know this is a revenge killer and not a sadist. I nod. But if you fuck something up so bad that you had the director himself insert you into the current investigation, the last thing you'd want to do is profile a revenge killer. His eyes widen, then narrow to slits in the next second. That motherfucker really does know what happened. He could be fired and possibly even serve time for impeding an investigation like this. I'm aware, I tell him, which is why I'm listening to everything he's saying. I'm building my own subcommittee case. What is happening? For now, work our case. I'm your boss. He's not. Follow my orders, not his. And when it comes down to it, it'll fall back on me if this goes south. I couldn't care less if they fire me over this prick, Logan. Don't take him on alone. He has too many high-ranking friends. Yeah, but I prefer to deal with evidence, I tell him, clapping his shoulder on my way back to my office. I'm seated for a matter of moments before Hadley walks in. You should bring Lana to Delaney Grove with us, she says with no emotion. My eyebrows hit my hairline. What? Why the hell would I do that? Well, for one, we'll be gone for a while if this guy isn't any closer to his endgame. And for two, Lana is still struggling to be alone at night, she told me. She says, shrugging. I tense. Lana hasn't said anything like that to me. Why wouldn't she tell me that? She shrugs, taking a seat. She's tough. She doesn't want you to know she's struggling because you've been proud of how tough she is. I groan, running a hand through my hair. Of course she's struggling. A man broke into her house and tried to kill her. We've been staying in a hotel since it happened. Ay, espérate. Ya me cansé. She should stay with a friend. It's too dangerous to take her to Delaney Grove, not to mention against the rules. Dale. Es que me canto muy rápido.
Sí, somos solo dos horas. I agree with all of that. We're looking for a revenge killer, even though that dickhead out as the even though that dickhead out said otherwise. You know, a revenge killer doesn't target someone unless they get in the way. You'll be safe. As for the rules, that rule doesn't have any say over where civilians do or don't go. A free country, after all. Amusement. I eat peace, Bucknut. If you brought her and used that line, she adds. Dynamically taking Lana into a town where the serial killer plans to eventually show up. It's insanely irresponsible and dangerous. Slogan definitely and to be around people, and you're really all she has. I run a hand through my hair. If the unsolved things we're getting too close, he target her to get to me. It's too risky. No, that's bullshit. She fires up immediately. This guy wants to come over after you. He's not afraid of or a coward like Clemens, who preyed on the weak. He's not a sexual sadist with an interest of brunettes. You're not thinking logically. I look at her like she's lost her damn mind. I'm not thinking logically, I asked incredulously. You're asking me to bring an untrained civilian into the field after she was recently attacked once already because of my job. Leans forward in determination in her eyes. Anna saved herself from Plymouth. She saved me. I'm not bringing her into the field. She'll be locked away nice and safe in whatever place we're going to be in. There aren't any hotels in Delany Grove. So I'm about to talk to find out where exactly we'll be tucked in. As if cute, there's a knock at the door. Craig walks in before I can invite him. Hey, so could you explain to me what the fucking hell is going on? Craig asks as he steps inside and closes the door. Telling him to bring Lana along, as she doesn't feel safe being by herself. He even hates traveling right now because she feels exposed. To her about it quickly inserts. His
Me
eyebrows go
pregunto
up.
si de verdad habló con Lana y Lana de verdad le dijo todo esto o la madre se lo está sacando del culo solo para molestar a Lana.
Yo siento que sí lo está sacando, pero ampliaremos. His eyebrows go up. That's completely understandable. After what she suffered, she should come. Aims at me like a kid. You just want the argument, or who's the candy? Too, you realize how dangerous that could be? He bats his hand. A revenge killer who has been targeting a restaurant males is not going after a helpless woman. If he wants someone on our team, he'll come directly after us. He's not afraid. Exactly what I said. Good. Neither of you are profilers, I point out. Which is why we shouldn't be so much better at this than you. No. Breathy at mocking me with her eyes. Why is so important to you? First you don't trust her and now you want her with us. Her lips tense. Things change. Pictures happened. Things change real fast when shit hits the fan and suddenly a prick master walks in and takes over like he's trying to hide something. What does that even mean? I groan. She will be safer with us than on her own right now, tells me. Of them doubling. He walks in and I glare at him and he shuts the door. I'm not sure what's going on, but we need to figure out our next step and soon. He's in the front with the sheriff now. But instead of delivering the profile out in the open, he shut the door and said it was a private matter. Looks between the three of us. What? He asked, confused at attention. I think Lana should come with us because she doesn't feel safe alone right now. It's very understandable. Just bring her. It's not like she'll be in any danger, considering he'd just come after one of us directly if he thought we were in the way. And he says, causing Greg and Hedley to smirk victoriously at him. Unfucking believable. Sad. Johnny goes on, ignoring my comment. Peace up, Captain Dutch. Something fierce.
Qué risa todos diciéndole lo mismo.
¿Será que el del caso, digamos, de ellos, Lana nunca lo ha mencionado, ¿no?
El ese Johnson.
¿Mm?
No me acuerdo. O sea, yo creo que tuvo que haberlo mencionado porque si fue, digamos, si estuvo involucrado en cuando acusaron al papá, no sé si fue el papá de ella o a cuál papá de quién fue, Madre, me perdí. Estoy estúpida ya. Bueno, el punto es que probablemente sí, pero no me acuerdo. Hanaji, todo bien. Me están diciendo traficante de cartas de Pokémon. Yo no trafico. Yo comparto. No.
¿Cómo quedamos aquí?
Ah.
¿De seguir o quedamos aquí?
No sé, vos mandas. Vos es la que tiene que madrugar. Y vos, sí, exacto.
Exacto. Sí, es que y el que viene es largo también.
Fue puta. Sí, es bien largo. Sí, no, si quieres quedamos aquí. Para que puedas ir a mí.
¿Cuántos capítulos quedan?
No sé, pero vamos
Sí.
por la 327 y son hasta la 373 para terminar este libro. Falta esto, mira. Le falta poquito. Bueno, ya vamos por la mitad. ¿Qué porcentaje te sale en el cobo?
34.
¿34?
48, 48.
Yo,
48, sí.
Vala pra você, novinha.
Vala
JP.
Madre, siento que escuché la música, la... Ay, muchas gracias por las subs. Nos acaban de regalar 10 subs, Lau.
¿Qué personas se suscribieron en este momento?
Una persona regaló 10 subs. Sí, muchas gracias,
Sí.
Chesa Repara. No sé si se dice así, me siento mal por no saberlo pronunciar. Pero muchos thank yous. Y Lau, no, Lau con cara de no sé qué está pasando en este momento. Muchos thank yous. Ah, bueno. Lau, es que el problema aquí es que vos no escuchas mi sonidito de cuando se suscriben. Y es esta canción de funk brasileño que dice esa é pra você novinha y luego empieza pum 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 pum. Esa.
Yo. Voy a tener que ver el video. El video sale.
Sí, ahora lo paso y te digo en qué minuto está para que veas cuál es el sonido y que vos te quedas así como
Yo.
y yo. Ay, madre, qué risa. Bueno, ¿en qué estábamos?
Vamos por la mitad del libro.
Ah, bueno, sí, qué emoción. Madre, pero nos quedamos a pedazos, o sea, desde enero no leíamos. Y en enero fuimos como, no, estamos volando, o sea, en un poquito más ya termino. Qué duro, Jerry. O sea, ¿hace cuánto empezamos a leer esto?
Hace un año.
No sé. Vamos a ver.
Que tenemos que leer.
Vamos a ver
Desde
cuándo
enero
subí el primer
tenemos-
video. De enero fue el último día que leímos.
Ah, pero antes de
Tenemos
eso,
un
ajá,
año. El primer video de leyendo esta serie lo subí el 30 de junio.
No hay palabras.
Guau.
Falta comprar.
Estoy en shock.
Y Lili. La Lili. La Lili.
Ay, ¿yo qué está diciendo? Lili, te están
Y
saludando.
ella. Me tiro aquí.
Ando toda loca, ma. Hace rato yo estoy así, viendo para todos lados porque escucho un despiche aquí atrás que siento que me va a tirar los libreros encima. Qué miedo, ¿se imaginan que me tiro los libreros encima?
Más rica.
Qué rica vida. Lili, Lili. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Para qué me despiertas? Ya hizo cara de loca. ¿Quién sabe qué vio? Bueno, Lau, si quieres irte a mimir, te dejo.
Chao.
Chao, gracias. Bueno, amigos, espero que hayan disfrutado los stream. Chesa, te voy a decir Chesa. Muchas gracias por las subs, de verdad. I really appreciate it. Y bienvenido al canal, porque ahí vi que me hice follow hace poco. No sé cómo me encontraste, pero bueno, I'm glad you found me. Y ahorita en la nochecita, bueno, ya es de noche, ahorita más tarde o mañana subo el video de hoy para la gente que quiera ver como todos los días que hemos leído. Y hopefully en estos días puedo hacer streams de otras cosas. Que hace rato no hago streams, pero bueno, sí, eso sería por hoy. Muchas thank yous por acompañarme. Entonces vamos a poner esto. Bye.